Hey guys, my name's Trish. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for joining. You can click to subscribe. I put out new videos every week. Today we are filming a video on acupuncture and how acupuncture can be used to help a variety of physical and mental ailments, and it can pair really nicely with other treatments that you're currently doing. So we're going to find out what some of those points might look like. And I'm going to be receiving a treatment today on camera, so you can see exactly how it works and what it looks like. Okay, so first we're going to start with some points in my ears, and that is supposed to relax me a little bit before we start doing some of the facial rejuvenation points. So the facial rejuvenation is basically a way to just lift and tighten and stimulate the muscles and nerves and moving the chi in your face to get that kind of refreshed look. So we're going to start with that. We're going to do the ear points first.
Okay, welcome Trish. I will start with the ear points. There are 3 common points for relaxation, and I'm working the energy meridians. Meridians are like circulatory systems in your body. Your blood circulates, your lymphatic, your nervous system, and the meridian is like the 4th circulatory system in your body. It seems to circulate, apparently, from some research recently done, electromagnetic fields and biophotons. Photons emitted from the cells of the body. All your cells have photon receptors. So we are able to stimulate all parts of your body because of microsystems. So your ear is a microsystem. And on your ear, what that means, as a microsystem, you can stimulate any portion of the body using a point on the ear. So for instance, if you had hip pain, I could address hip pain by certain points on the ear.
Cool.
So now we'll proceed to your face. I take a little cotton swab and just dab a little bit of alcohol over the spots to be
Extra
clean
sanitary.
technique, extra sanitary, clean technique, yes. We call it clean needle technique.
As opposed to dirty needle technique.
I guess. We don't do that at all. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place a couple of points to help stimulate blood flow and chi flow through your face, to help your face further vascularize and to tone muscle. So I'm going to start with a point right here, yin tong. Again, another calming point, and this is a point that you don't have problems with, but some people have deep furrows through that area there, worried. Let's see. Okay. Next, I'm going to start with some points along the cheeks, and because very often, especially as people age, their cheeks begin to fall a little bit, so we're going to just do a couple of points along the cheek line. They're very shallow, and you may feel them even fall out. And then I always recommend that people don't do a lot of talking with the needles in your face, just because they are, you could create a small bruise in the side of the needle. It doesn't happen very often, but once in a while, and then it goes away like any other little bruise. Do you feel anything? Is it like a tiny prick? A tiny prick. Does it go right away, though, so that you feel like you're comfortable? Because typically we like you to rest for 20 or 25 minutes, something like that, with all the points. Sometimes we follow up with some points to lift the forehead. Again, you know, it's as you age, skin tends to fall a bit, but it's not in your case. It's still young. But nevertheless, you know, because the face
right?
it's preventative. And because the face, again, just as the ear is a microsystem for the entire body, you can stimulate all the meridians in the body by just points on the head and face. So the meridians travel from your face to your hands, to your toes, to your head, to your hands, to your toes, back and forth. There's 14 major meridians and a lot of minors. And that sometimes when somebody has facial pain, I might use a point on the toes or on the top of the foot to address facial pain, because stomach 1 is in the corner of the eye here, stomach 2 here, and it zigzags around the face and it comes down the front of the body and ends at the second toe. So I can treat the points closer to the toe for facial pain if you had that. That's not an issue right now. So I pull and tuck. Now, is there anything uncomfortable to you right now? Because if there is, I would rather change it or move it. Because as you relax, your chi flows better. There's just 2 last points I'm going to do with you today. And it's a point stomach 9 on your neck. Because it's a gateway for chi and blood flowing to the face. There you go. So now your directive is to relax, meditate, listen to some nice music for about 20 to 25 minutes, and allow the chi to flow.
Great.
So the chi, it acts as a fiber optic communication for all the organs of the body, affecting hormones and blood flow and your nervous system. And these meridians have been visualized to transfer through lymphatic and out again, through blood vessels and out again, alongside nerve roots and out and through organ systems. As a human being, we are body, mind, and spirit. And I cannot treat just the body and not affect the mind and spirit. And I can't just treat the spirit and not affect the body and mind. So they're all very much intertwined. And I can focus on things like depression or anxiety, or I can focus on the body, but acupuncture has good side effects, and that's why, because it's a normalizing medicine, a balancing and normalizing medicine. So your body tries to go to a state of balance on its own. I'm just asking questions to your body and asking it to respond in a positive fashion.
I'm not supposed to talk while this is going on, so I'm supposed to hold very, very still and let the needles work their magic. What are some of the primary points for anxiety or something?
When somebody comes into my office and expresses themselves as a label, I am this, I am depressed, I always like to take a couple steps backward and say, what are you experiencing? Because depression is different things for different people. Sometimes depression is really a harbored anger, is what they'll experience. Sometimes it is a sense of helplessness. Sometimes it's stuck grief that's gone on too long, of loss. And as an acupuncturist, I will address those problems differently with people. So I treat the individual and their experience. I don't treat a medical label. Let me see. There's many ways of stimulating energy systems of the body. Acupuncture points can be stimulated by sound, by cold laser, by touch, that's acupressure. This is a tuning fork, another way of stimulating acupuncture points. For instance, I'll touch this tuning fork on top of your head on a point called Do 20. It brings the yang qi to the head. Normally, you're not going to get tuning forks and bowls all at once. And a couple of them fell out, which is normal. Your skin kind of pushes the needles out, much like a sliver doesn't go closer to the bone, a sliver comes out.
And how many treatments do you typically recommend to people before they would start to
See results?
Yeah.
People start to see results after first several treatments because the treatments are cumulative. However, if you go to an acupuncturist for facial rejuvenation, very often they will do a series of 12 because that seems to be what's most clinically effective. And then how long would it last after that? You may have to go back and revisit it after a year, 12 months. Some of it depends on the health and well-being of the individual. All right, so I'm going to now place a little bit of clear arnica gel on a couple of the areas. It will soak right in where I had the points. Arnica just helps reduce any chance of bruising.
Okay, now we have two other tools here that I wanted to show you guys today. These are both originated from Chinese medicine, and the first is a jade roller, which many of you may be familiar with or have seen before. These are very popular now. They sell them everywhere you go. And it has kind of a larger end for the larger parts of your face, and then it has the smaller side to get into the more delicate and small areas like underneath your eyes. And then we have this one, which is a, what did you say it was? Magnetic roller. And this one has little spikes on it. They're not really spiky, they're kind of more rounded, but it's got some little texture on the roller. So you can use these to kind of roll out your face. And because the meridian system in your body is an electromagnetic field, and this little roller is magnetic, it interacts with the electromagnetic field of your meridian system while you are face rolling. So we'll give this little guy a try. Alright guys, that was it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video on acupuncture and all of the other little side treatments that we kind of did, just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what you might receive when you go in for acupuncture. As you heard earlier, acupuncture really treats your whole body, your mind, body, and spirit very holistically. And so you may go into acupuncture to treat a particular ailment and find that as a side effect, you end up seeing relief from another area that you maybe didn't intend on treating when you originally went in. So that is certainly a benefit of acupuncture. It is very, very individualistic, so each treatment is really tailored to the individual and what that person is experiencing and feeling and how they're taking care of themselves. And so no two treatments are the same for two individuals. And also, as you heard earlier, acupuncture doesn't really treat traditional Western labels. So if you come in to treat something like anxiety or like depression, a good acupuncturist is going to look at you as a holistic entity. They're going to look at you as someone who experiences things, who feels things, who has a history, who has emotion, who has certain dietary habits, and all of those things are going to come into play and are going to be taken into account in order to determine how that acupuncturist treats you. So I hope this piqued your curiosity, and I hope that if you are looking for an alternative treatment to whatever that may be, whether it's improving your sleep, whether it is anxiety, depression, aches and pains, facial rejuvenation, you name it, that you give acupuncture a try, because it is a very, very old form of medicine. It's been around for centuries and centuries and has helped so many people. So if you are curious, give it a try. If you have any other questions about anything you saw today, feel free to leave a comment down below or shoot me a message, and I'm more than happy to answer it if it's about my experience or triage that question to a professional. Thank you again for tuning in this week and watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please click to subscribe. I put out new videos based on mental health every single week. That's it for today, so I will see you guys next week. Bye!